All right, folks, Tesla is off a cliff today, and I have had nothing but questions from people about where the buying opportunities are. And when you get a hell shot on a stock like this, it's not about looking for where to buy, it's looking for continuation moves lower. This was bona fide bad news. Tesla reported sales were off. Doesn't look like this robo-taxi thing is happening in the very near future. And nobody really knows quite what's going to push the stock higher in terms of news. I mean, it might just go higher because people eventually come around to they want to own Tesla. But for right now, when we see a move like this one this morning that takes the stock down $30 a share, it's not time to look for where to buy. It's time to look for those golden opportunities to go short and get back into the trend. So the first one this morning was on this move higher. So a lot of people thought it was going to close the gap. It was going to move back into yesterday's trading range or the after hours trading range. But the reality here was when you see something that gaps lower like this and then pops higher, what you want to look for is a trend continuation. You don't want to go contrarian. You want to look for this guy right here. So that is an infield fly bar. If you've been to the boot camp, you already know that. 307.12, that reversal has all the hallmarks. It's got everything that we need to say that the infield fly pattern is in place. We first have this leg lower. We have lots and lots of sort of kings and queens, double header kind of setups going on in here. But everything shows the same thing. As we're moving higher, the majority of the price action is happening on the inflections that kick price lower, not on things that are moving price higher. Then we get a void. We get this area right in here that there's really not much going on, and price manages to pop all the way up into here. But all we really see is a spike here and a spike here. So our cluster analysis is telling us price is likely to head back down again. And once we get that pattern, once we get the infield fly signal, that tells us right below the low of that bar, assuming all of our other factors are in place, we're looking for an opportunity to go short and get back down into the range right below here. So if it gets short and it gets down below there, oh, look out, because once you're in that void, once you're in that space there, that's a free fall. And once you get the free fall, you're moving from 307.12 to your first target at 305.47. Now, I'm not assuming that we're going to head all the way down into this range. I'm just looking for where are the likely profit objectives. So when we're talking about this in the room, when you guys are looking at the trades and looking at what's going on, the thing to do is focus on where has price run into trouble and where is it likely to run into trouble again. So if the price action was moving higher here and then slammed all the way back down into here, then the next time that that happens, we're expecting to see something similar. So when price comes from this low here and bumps into this bar and this overhead volume by price, that cluster analysis is telling us we're running into resistance. It built up in all of this stuff here. This is where we saw this bar build. And once that happens, what we want to see is a short sale right at 305.47 with a target at 303.62. Then over the course of the day, so if you watch the live stream today, we had an infield fly set up in here. That was in a trading range. So this trading range, Tesla was in the box. So this is when we came back. So at 11:30, we marked this up and we saw all this activity that had happened in the box. And then by 11:45, we saw this inflection that came down, left another infield fly set up. That infield fly is going to be drawn right into all that price activity that happened back here. That gets us down 302.95 into 302.07. So there was another opportunity. So that's another good one to look for. Then over the course of the session, we had some momentum pinball on this. We had a move higher here. A little infield fly set up. That one was 302.07. We were looking for 301.66. I'm sorry. We weren't looking for a move all the way back down into here. We were looking for the place that had been tested and was now going to be retested. As price started to move higher, we were very, very patient most of the day today. So we got all the way up into here. And this was the short sale that we talked about in the room. Price got up into 305.47, ticked above, ticked back down, and then this move here was our short. So now the 305.47, that had wiggle almost all the way up to 306, and it wiggled after we got in. It went back up there a couple of times, and for a while there I was a little nervous, thinking maybe just maybe I'm wrong and it's going to try to move back up into here. But we stuck to our guns, and when price came back down from 305.47 into 303.62, we called an exit on the trade in the room. Ever since then, we've been looking on at these little moves here, and it's a short from 303.62, and then when it comes back up to 303.62, it's a short again from 303.62, once, twice to the well, third time we wait, and now it's back up at that VWAP. So now the question's going to be, does it get up above the volume weighted average price and reverse, or does it reverse right from the VWAP? We're not looking to get short at this point. What we're looking for is a move back down through 303.62 on a failure here, or a move above the VWAP that fails to capture and stay above the VWAP and then comes back down. This is the kind of thing we can look for on days that stocks have just miserable news and it looks like the whole thing's going to hell. Here is the playbook. We just want to see, are there repeat performances at areas that there were earlier inflections? Right now, if this thing keeps running and it gets up into 305.47, that's the next place that I'll look for a short sale opportunity. If it stalls out somewhere in between here, gets back down to the VWAP, gets below the VWAP, as soon as it ticks below there, we'll look for an opportunity, 303.62, then 302.95. All right, I hope you had a great trading day and an even better one on deck for tomorrow. I will see everybody later.